Hello, welcome back to Gizmo's Diction Gaming channel. So today, me and Gizmo got started a new segment of the channel called Gizmo's Movie Theories and Reviews, where we discuss our theories we have on movies and give reviews on certain movies. So, be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy us and enjoy us on this journey. So today's theory is on why Alexander couldn't change the past and save his fiancée Emma in the 2002 movie The Time Machine. So we're going to discuss why he couldn't change the past and a little bit about time travel and just give our theory on that. So here we go. Hope you enjoy. And here we go. In the movie The Time Machine, Alexander builds a time machine to go back in time to save his fiancée Emma from dying. However, every time he saves her from dying the way she did previously, she dies in another way, as Alexander grapples with the idea of, why can't I change the past? And it's not till he travels 800,000 years into the future and meets the Morlock leader, known as Morlock, that he learns the truth to why he can't change the past and save Emma, when the Morlock says,
"You built your time machine because of Emma's death. If she had lived, it would never have existed. So how could you use your machine to go back to save her?"
But what did the Morlock mean by what he said? And why can't you change the future by traveling into the past? Well, the answer is very simple, and here's why. So, here we go. Let's say our timeline in history is the original timeline, and in it you build a time machine to travel through time. Well, at the moment you activate the time machine, for the first time, you create a bubble in our timeline, and upon setting the time machine forward or backwards in time, that bubble creates an alternate timeline, therefore leaving our original timeline unchanged and untampered with. Now, this alternate timeline looks almost identical to ours, the original timeline. But there will be differences. But to the untrained eye, it will look as if you traveled through time in our original timeline. Now, if you try to travel through time again, either through time to another time period or back to the original time you are from, you will create another bubble in time that will create another timeline. And every time you use your time machine, you will keep creating these bubbles and alternate timelines until you had created dozens of alternate timelines, not just if one person used a time machine. Now, if multiple people use time machines, then there could be an infinite number of alternate timelines, all springing from a single source, our original timeline. Now, to get back to your original timeline will be nearly impossible unless you have a machine that can travel across all existing timelines, but finding your timeline in a near infinite landscape of identical timelines will make finding your own original timeline near impossible, unless you were able to label which timeline is which on some sort of computer to inform you as to which timelines are which. So in the end, you can't change the future by changing the past in our original timeline, because every time you use your time machine, you create a bubble in time, and that bubble creates an alternate timeline. So essentially, the future you travel to or the past you travel to with your time machine is not our original timeline, but an alternate timeline in time. So that's why you can't change the future or the past by traveling through time, at least not in our original timeline. You'll be in an alternate reality. So in the end, this is why you can't change the future or the past by traveling through time, and why Alexander couldn't save his fiancée Emma from dying. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Peace.